Alright, so here's the AVS. Here's the main menu. Start cart, obviously to start your game. Cartridge that's in the system. Scoreboard, from what the manual says, you can submit your high scores. It matches it with some site, so whatever. I'm not really going to use that. Video options, I haven't peeked in here. This is my second time booting it. Earlier I just did a little test run to see if it ran my EverDrive, which it does. I'm happy about that. So let's see what's in here. Video mode, you can switch between the two modes. I don't think there's a restriction of playing PAL cartridges on this. There shouldn't be anyways if it has a mode selection. Pixel aspect, you could change the screen size. It won't, I don't think I'm using the right word. It won't upscale it because it's still going to be output to 720. It'll technically just stretch out the game screen. The vertical border, it's the tops. Yeah, it's the tops. Scan lines. I like this option. I was reading about it online. Too heavy, it's too noticeable. About half looks pretty decent. Left side hide, I also read online about. Mario 3 being an example. The far left corner, like where the status bar meets and where you can see the level, there's a flicker. I'm assuming this is what hides it. Or you could show or not show that, I guess. Extra sprites. One of the Ninja Turtle games this works on, but apparently it bypasses the sprite limit, I guess. And I'm assuming it reduces slowdown, I guess. But what I also read, having this option on all the time, it can affect how other games work. So I'm gonna keep that off. Expansion volume, I'm assuming that's to turn the other channels up and down. I can finally experience it now with my EverDrive since the EverDrive supports it. Input options, this I'm not going to bother with because I'm not going to use a button combination to come back to the main menu of the AVS. I already have a button combo from my EverDrive, so I'll ignore this for now. To toggle cheats on and off would be nice, but I don't really use cheats, so I guess I'll keep that off. What else? Cheat codes. I already have this in the EverDrive, so I can leave that alone. And that's it. So let's jump into... I have the EverDrive in there, so we're going to start with that. So... Here, let me try one of the expansion audio games real quick. Or I'll do a comparison. So first, let me go to the US version. If you can notice the difference on the next game I load, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let's see. I think the difference is only in the music. Alright, let's go to the Japan version. I think it's this one. It already sounds completely different. Actually sounds pretty nice. So that's actually pretty cool that the EverDrive emulates the expansion module, like the audio channels. My top loader, I mentioned it in the previous video. I can't hear them in it, because I guess I need to do something with the chip. I wanted to mod it to output to HDMI. I don't know if that was included with the mod or not, but I just ended up buying an AVS. I didn't want to risk breaking it. So, let's see what else. Let's see if it works with Pac-Man, because I know this uses other channels, I believe. This is a D-make of Champion Edition. I used to play this on the iPhone a lot. And the Xbox when I had one. It feels the same, it's just on the NES. Pretty cool though for being built from the ground up. I don't know if it uses anything as a base for the ROM, but pretty good job. That's enough of that. What else? Let me show. I wanted to do this on the last video I did, doing the overdrive. Lawnmower is what I wanted to do. Simple ass game, but it's pretty funny. Well, to me it's funny. Me and a buddy of mine, we used to joke around about this. The objective is literally just cut the grass, but don't run out of gas. I know if you run those plants over, I'm assuming, you probably lose more gas. Yeah. Alright. I had to clip the video because someone was knocking at my door. But anyways, back to it. So that was a homebrew. Let me do another one. Where's Kart Fighter? I think I have it in here. No. Fuck it. Where's Kung Fu? Here we go. This is one of my favorite games. That was a save state I just did. Bitch! Get out of there. Well, this console's pretty, for being a third-party one, it's actually pretty good. I don't want to give it a rating yet, but I like it so far compared to my fucking Retron 2 HD. But I already told you about that when I first got the Overdrive. My Super Nintendo Overdrive works on there, so I'm fine with that because I record off there until I get a what's it called? The video part for the Super Famicom. There's a piece I ordered today. It goes into the back, but you can hook up an HDMI cable to it. So once I get that, I'm trashing the Retron because it's a piece of shit. It gets the job done, but not for the NES, which I play more than the Super Nintendo. I haven't tried putting my actual original cartridges in this console yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll work. If this works, they're gonna work regardless. My not really a complaint, but it takes a little bit more effort to stick the NES cartridge in. It's it sits a little bit higher, I guess, because on the original NES you just slide it in and press it. On here, I mean, you gotta like really, you gotta kind of lift it a little bit and press at the same time just to get it sitting in there. Like, let me open the top. I'm looking at it right now. It's probably sitting like a little bit above the base by the gap size is like the size of the a pen point. But at least with the NES cartridges, the lid closes. With Super Famicom cards, the lid's gonna stay open a little bit. If I mean, I don't own any Super or I don't own any Famicom cartridges, so I don't find that being an issue so far. But for I think it costed 185. I seen these on Amazon. Some dude's selling them for 300. I get it, you got to make money, but originally I wanted to go the Amazon route, but I was like, I don't want to pay 300 for something. If I'm gonna pay a lot more, I mean, I'll get a NT. But the AVS, I like it because it looks a lot. It has a similar color scheme, I guess you can say, of the NES, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion. The analog or the analog NT, I think is the full name. It's like a little rectangle. I don't know if the NES one looks the same as the Super Nintendo one, but I went with this. I put my money towards this. I don't want to spend another 100 or so to buy something that'll do the same thing. There's probably more features on that. I know you can jailbreak it, I guess, if they want to call it that, to play more cores, but it's more along the lines of emulation. Uh, I don't want to call EverDrives being an emulator because it runs on the cartridge, unless there's an emulator built in. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but emulating, I'd rather do on the computer. If I'm playing on the hardware, I want a physical cartridge inside the console or disc. I haven't got around to doing reviews on anything disc based yet, but maybe sometime down the road, if I dig out my PlayStation or I forget the name of the Sega that uses the CDs. But anyways, that's the video for the AVS and I guess an extended portion of the EverDrive N8 Pro review. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.